My name is Karen Hunt, and I work at Universal McCann, and I run the Los Angeles office. I was invited, and I'm thrilled to be here to learn more about third space, which I really didn't know anything about before. And although I didn't go to USC, my whole family went here, so I feel like it was the right place to go. So it was a really enlightening day. To me, after going through the whole day, it's really looking at people and trying to make people more well-rounded than they would be necessarily. I think the things that stick out to me are, and they talked a lot about engineers and how they're really more sort of technical and more practical, and they lack some of the soft skills. So I think third space is a little bit more of the soft skills and how important that is and how we need to incentivize people to do that. And I don't mean necessarily with money, but just in terms of the fact that they should need those skills, and that as company and industry we should look for those skills. If I think back to the five of them and having to do more with what my company does, I would say intellectual curiosity would be one of those things. But when I think of all of them, I think you need a little bit of everything. So adaptability and cultural competency and the 360 thinking, and I know there's one that I'm missing. And empathy, oh, empathy for sure. And I think everybody's degree of empathy is a little bit different, but I would say that you really want people to think more 360. I think that's really important. And I think that as industry leaders, you don't necessarily, you think of 360 as, oh, is everybody looking at the whole company? But I think it's really more about, are you looking at how somebody else is going to receive your message and take your message and get them to be more involved. So it's really more of collaboration in terms of 360 thinking. I think it has to do with, I can't think of one necessarily that comes out like, oh, we need more of this, but I work in more of the communications business, so there's probably a little more of everything. I think one of the things we talked about was the fact that probably some of the existing talent we have may be lacking those. I don't know necessarily that millennials do, but from the discussion today, it seemed like a lot of people thought empathy may have been one of those things that was lacking, while I would say the millennial generation is more about doing social good. One of the people was talking about the fact today that there's less sort of connection between two people, and that might be this sort of lack of empathy. But I just think that we need to encourage all of them. So regardless of what field you go into, all of those core competencies will help you get farther.